in for New Country. I'm Marissa, and just as promised, special guest Jennifer Nettles is now live in the studio. Yay!
Hi,
We're live on Facebook
Albany.
too.
Hi,
so
Facebook.
yeah, if you go to just search WGNA, you'll go ahead and you'll be able to see all this live. Pardon the appearance in here. I'm sure you've seen worse.
Radio.
Yeah, you've seen worse. But welcome back to the Capital Region.
Glad to be back.
How does it feel? I mean, first of all, you've got the new album, which is coming out on
May
the 13th.
Yep.
That's Playing with Fire. The new single is out. You're getting a lot of fan reaction.
Love you. Yes, I am super excited. They are loving Unlove You,
Right.
which works for me.
Yeah, that would be okay.
I am loving everybody's response, and the tour has been great, and it's fun now because the song is getting to a place where people have heard it enough that then when I play it live, they get excited, and that's part
I'm
of
sure they're singing along.
Yes.
And, yeah. So,
yes.
Now, this is the Women of Country tour, and I know lots of excitement tonight. Palace Theater. There's still some tickets. Yes, no?
I don't know. Are there? Yes, maybe. Yes, a few. Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm getting the thumbs up. But you've been on the road a little bit. How is life being on the road, being a mom? And do you have like the separate lives, or like you just being a rock star right now and like, not worrying about the kid?
No, it's
okay.
totally, you're right. No, he goes with me everywhere. I couldn't do this.
Yeah.
I couldn't do this and leave him behind for as much as I have to be gone. So he's a little gypsy baby. I mean, he just turned 3 in December, so he's still able to, travel along with me, and he's a good little traveler. And yeah, the bus looks a lot different. There's a lot of Spider-Man, a lot of dinosaurs on the bus, a lot of animated movies.
He's not like getting in any trouble backstage, causing a ruckus.
No, he's pretty. I mean, he always causes a ruckus, especially being 3. But yeah, he's a good kid.
Good. So Jennifer Nettles is here in the studio, and you have you've been a busy lady for a while now. I mean, you've been obviously there's groups that you've been in prior to Sugarland, and there was Sugarland, that whole experience, and then the solo stuff. I mean, you've got a resume that's just it's like never ending, which is great.
It's busy. Busy is good. And I'm having fun too, at the same time.
Right.
And this last year has really also afforded me a big opportunity, to expand and explore in a lot of different ways as an artist, not only in terms of my music, but, I did Broadway at the beginning of 2015 and I did the movie Coat of Many Colors, and I've been enjoying that too, and sort of what it adds and how it adds to being a storyteller.
I mean, you're just, you got the X Factor. That's what that is.
Well, thanks. I'll take it.
Do you have like a favorite standout memory? I mean, there's so many things that you've probably gone through over the last, decade alone. Is there something that stands out to you?
There are a few. I mean, there are a few moments, a few special performances. Being on Sesame Street was a big deal. I got to sing for Obama's first inauguration, which was an amazing.
Yeah, that's got to be
time.
awesome.
Yeah, it was so cool. I mean, I got to step out on, the steps of the Lincoln Memorial on that stage and look out on the mall, and there were 400,000 people. Okay, I'd never played in front of that many people before, and I got to sing "Shower the People" with James Taylor. I mean, the moments like that where I pinch myself and think, "Gosh, who gets to do this kind of stuff?"
Right. Am I dreaming right now? What's happening?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there are milestone moments in that way. I did a couple of Kennedy Center honors performances where I got to honor Bruce Springsteen and Neil Diamond, and those sorts of things they blow my mind.
They have to.
I most recently got to do the Chris Christopherson tribute. That really blew my mind. Standing at the end of it, standing on stage, we did a finale, and it was Christopherson, and it was Willie Nelson, and Emmylou Harris, and Alison Krauss, and all of these artists that I so admire. And I was thinking, like, this will never happen again, man. I mean, like, Willie and Chris may be on the stage again, maybe in their lifetimes, but I won't be there if that's the case. Like, this is a once in a lifetime thing happening. So yeah, there are a lot of those pinch me moments.
Right. There has to be that. Like that's why I'm like looking at your career. I'm like, whoa, okay.
Oh, thank you.
Where do I
feel
start
lucky
here?
and blessed for sure.
And speaking of that too, you have like a nice selection here of awards, Miss.
Oh, right on. Thank you. Well, that's a nice perk too.
What do you do with them all?
Well, my mom has some of them, and then, my Grammys I do have out in my house, but it feels sometimes a little bit, I don't know, uncomfortable for me just to have things sitting around, awards or accolades. And those things are nice for sure. But I think for me, what feels the most validating is always the fans and being able to, fill up a venue and have people come and enjoy what I do. live and buy the record, like those sorts of individual connections with the fans, be it through buying the record or buying a ticket. That's the stuff that I get excited
And
about.
you're not the only person that's said that it feels weird having those awards, because there's another famous Jennifer Lawrence. She said that like her mom has her Oscar or something in the bathroom at her home in Kentucky. So
yes.
I feel like that's a common thing.
Yeah, I think so. It's a little bit. I don't know. You don't want to feel. You always want to be humbled and to keep your perspective. So.
Exactly. So speaking of the new music, the new song is called "Unlove You." I'm going to play that now for everybody. And if it's cool with you, you're going to hang out for a few minutes.
I am. I would love to.
Show the Women of Country tour, and I mean, how is this tour maybe different from tours you've been on before?
Well, for example, last run that we had last week, I had a couple manicurists come out and offer mani-pedis for the girls. So that doesn't always happen if you're the only girl on tour, which
true.
Many times can happen. Although luckily my bassist, Annie, she is obviously a woman. But this tour, obviously in particular, being all women on the bill.
Some pampering's nice.
Yes.
Nice.
It's been fun.
So not to bring the mood down, but I know that obviously we've had a hard year for music so far. I mean, David Bowie and then yesterday with Prince. And
I cannot believe it.
And I know that one of the things that you had the opportunity to do was to present Merrill Haggard with his Lifetime Achievement Award at the Grammy Awards. Mm-hmm. Knowing just how this year has been for music, how does that make you feel now, knowing that you had that opportunity?
Well, any of these artists, I mean, look, I don't know how it's like I was just talking about the Christopherson and Willie Nelson thing, and having an awareness, and especially this year with all the artists, the great artists that we've lost. And I'm like, what is going on?
Right.
Like, am I just getting to that age where all my heroes are dying, or is this a specifically weird year?
It's weird.
I like to think it's a specifically weird year, but what it all makes me think of most, is who is going to fill their shoes, and not, no one can specifically be someone else. But I look at, for example, with Prince. I mean, this man was a musical genius. He was a multi-instrumentalist. He was, a fantastic songwriter. He changed the trajectory of pop music. And I look at something like that and I think, with the way that music is made now, who is going to be the next musical genius? A lot of times kids don't, in the same way that they used to, play instruments.
Right.
Even, a lot of our current pop and country stars are interpretive artists and not musicians. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it also, I think, leaves a big gap, in terms of what there can be to offer, and makes me wonder, who's going to fill these people, their shoes.
It's hard. It's really hard looking at it. And then it's even, I think, harder. I think the shock is still out there for a lot of them too. It's like, no, they're not really gone.
I know. Sometimes you feel like, well, you can't. When I first heard it, even yesterday about Prince, I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? No, because he was only 57.
I know. That's what's even scarier about it. But
I know. Sad year for sure.
It definitely is. Going back to before saying how you've done a little bit of everything. I mean, literally everything. Is there anything that you haven't done yet that you would want to? Or maybe going back and doing something that you've already done again?
I would love to, in terms of at least where music and performing arts are concerned, I would love to write a musical. The music for a musical specifically. That's something that I haven't done, but it's definitely an area that I enjoy. I love theater, and I enjoy getting to be on the stage, but I think it would be interesting to write music for one.
Yeah, well, very, very cool. I know that you also have the Outnumber Hunger campaign, which can definitely be helping us here in the Capital Region. That's with General Mills. And so that basically, it's like we see your face on something in the store.
In the grocery store, you're already going to buy your grocery store items. You need some cereal, some taco shells, some granola bars, some yogurt, whatever it may be. Look for my picture on there, and it's super easy. You just punch in the code in your computer and your phone, whatever, when you get home on the Outnumber Hunger website. And by just punching in the code, you secure 5 meals for your own local food bank, which is great.
Very cool. Helping out the Capital Region right here.
You're buying food for yourself, and by doing so, you buy food for other people.
Jennifer Nettles, thank you so much for being here in the studio.
Thank you so much, my dear.